Hello, welcome to the video, guys, and today we're going to be assembling something that I 3D printed and made for someone very special to me. I've already started some work off camera, so all of this was 3D printed. I'm going to try not say as much as possible of what this is in case the person whom I made this for here's, oh wow, this is so big he barely fits the frame. So yeah, this was supposed to be a late birthday present. So yeah, let's assemble it. So I've already off camera assembled all of this. All of these are separate parts, like you can kind of see here even that this was a part that was printed in two separate pieces and then we had to glue that together. Even the head here was different pieces. So yeah, I'm gonna set this aside for now. I actually do have to glue these pieces together. I just left it like this, so the head is actually holding these two pieces together so that I didn't lose them in the box. I've already ahead of time assembled the other heads. And as well as the gun. Oops, I just realized you can't see this one. And we have some other pieces here as well. Well, I'm missing pieces in the box. Oopsie. Let's see. Oh, here they are. Oh, let's stop. There we go. And, whoa. Yep, no, everything's still there. Okay. So, we're gonna put all this aside for now. I think I'll start with this one. Yeah, so I got these 3D print files from Toymaker 3D, and I will leave a link in the description below if you want to also use this 3D print file for free. And it's really easy to print. You don't even have to do anything. You just load it into the program and just hit the print button. Everything's already perfectly to scale. I think it's like 20 centimeters max in height. Or if you want it even bigger, you can make it bigger as well. Alright, so the glue I'm going to be using today is Uhu glue. Although a friend of mine told me it's pronounced Uwu, but I think they were just messing with me. I don't think that's actually right. If I am wrong, tell me in the comments though. So I do have to glue these together, so I will do that. I've got just this little skewer, and I'm just going to use that to help me spread the glue today. So the horn thing goes in here, so I'm just gonna squeeze a little bit in there. And then I'm just gonna, because I want it to get everywhere it's supposed to be. Just goes in like this. And then we just let that sit for a couple of minutes. And I'm going to do the same for this one over here. And that will no longer come off of the actual head. When using Uhu glue, I do recommend having a window open or doing this outside. But yeah, I have my window just cracked open a little bit, so yeah. Alright, this came off earlier, as you can see, printed separately. So I'm just going to put some glue right here to keep it from moving. Oh, careful. Don't want too much, because if we put too much, it'll go everywhere and it'll probably like dry and get in the way of something later, so want to make sure we're doing everything right. I always forget how to... Alright, there we go. Uh-oh, I thought that was dry. Alright, there we go. Hopefully everything stays in place now. Here we go. Alright, so we're going to set this one over here, and we're going to move on to this one. So we're going to start with this green piece at the top. And, where can I put the glue? So I don't want to put it here because it's going to slide on and I don't want it to like push the glue outwards. So I might just put it in this little section here and here. So just going to make sure the glue is everywhere. Like so. And then we're just going to... And the good thing about having these tissues is that if the glue does go somewhere where it's not supposed to be, like if it leaks out, we can just wipe it up. There we go. So now this one is in place. Now these green pieces also need to be put in place. So I think it's like that. Well, honestly, I don't remember how I got these in before. I had a friend help me assemble these. I will link that friend in the description. I think it just goes in there, right? That connects with that, and then it just goes boom. Oh, okay, just like that. Okay. So again, I'm going to put a little bit of glue in here. And some here as well, but not too much. I think that might be too much, but yeah, okay. Oh, that's definitely too much glue in this little area here. Let's try to scoop some of it out with the skewer. Okay, so... Oh, that's the other side. Uh-oh, what one's to this side? Oh no. Okay, and we're just going to... Oh. There we go. We'll just do the other side now. So there's still some glue on this. I reckon I can just... No, I don't think that's gonna work. So just a tiny little bit. Don't want too much in there. And then just some in here as well. Alright, so it's the thinner part up the top. This... Uh-oh! Uh-oh. Good thing the glue takes a little bit to dry. So we'll quickly put this in place, and then I will fix the other side again. This is the first time I've ever assembled anything like this, so I'm really just using reference images and memory while trying to assemble this. Also, the instructions that came with the print file. So hopefully now that stays, we're gonna let him sit next to this guy. And hopefully those don't fall off. Now this one, it's pretty secure. Like, I don't wanna... Yeah, that's not coming off. That's good. That's secure. And then this one, this orange piece does come off a lot, so I reckon, yeah, I'm gonna have to glue this in place. So I'm going to just... Oh, that is too much. Uh-oh. Oh dear. Okay. Wait, maybe that was just... Oh no, that was way too much. So now we just gotta put those onto these little things here. Make sure it's nice and snug on there. And then, of course, there is also the face that is on the body already. So, oops. That's 4 of them done. Let's see. I am going to remove this face here just so that I can access this bigger piece. And yeah, so now that I can do this, I'm going to just put some glue all around here. And then I'm going to attach this piece. So I know that if this is in place correctly, the rest of them will also be in place. So I'm just going to go ahead and do that. Okay, so I've now glued this piece to the main piece. And while we wait for it to dry, I am going to set it aside. And now I'm going to just grab this face. And I'm going to, I think I want to, if if the black piece, depends on how easily this black piece comes out. It doesn't seem like it's coming out. I was going to glue this piece in place as well like the others, but this one seems to fit pretty well. And this isn't resized or anything, like I said at the start of the video. This is all just straight from the file, straight away just inserted into the 3D printing program and then sent straight to the printer. All of this is like the original sizing, the original scale that the file came in. So it's really good, and the quality of this is really amazing as well. So while we wait for all of the glue to dry on all of these pieces, we are going to assemble the tentacle limbs. So I have the pieces for that here, and some pieces did come off. I have them in the box. I'm going to use a thin jewelry wire. So let me just hunt that down and we'll be right back. Okay, great news. I've managed to find the jewelry wire, which I got from my local Lincraft for a couple of bucks. I don't remember the exact price, unfortunately. And it does fit the, whatever these pieces are, the tentacle pieces. So, but unfortunately they will just slide around on it. Like, it's bent here, so it's not going to move, but it does just slide around on it. Something to take into consideration is this is all the pieces that printed with it. And for some reason, when it printed, I only got one of these pieces, which is like the main end of the tentacle piece. I don't know why only one printed, even though it's supposed to print with all the rest of these. All the other, I think 6 of them. Also, it seems like there's 7 lines here, so I'm not sure how many I'm supposed to, because if I go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, that's 7, but there's 6 little tentacle things here. So I think we can fit 5 on each, 5 of these plus these things on each tentacle. Sorry, I'm just trying to break these off now. Maybe I should have done this off camera, I'm not sure. So I'm just trying to get them off, and then I will try to line them up in a way I think I will be able to utilize them on each tentacle evenly. So I'm just going to take them all off, and with the power of editing, this will have taken no time at all. Okay, the problem has been sorted, I think, so I'm just going to move the camera so you can see what I've done. I've organized them in lines of somewhat even lines. I think 2 were missing from the print. That or this one piece might have printed as 2 on as 1, but it was supposed to print as 2. So that might have been a printing mistake. So I think I've done what I can to, look, I'm satisfied with this being the tentacles, even if it is uneven. So what I'm going to do now is, since this glue takes a while to dry, I think I'm going to use just like a dab of hot glue on the sections of the wire where I'm going to place each of these tentacles so that they stay in place and don't move, like slide up and down on the wire. So I'm going to get the hot glue gun set up and we will be right back. Okay, we're back and the hot glue gun is all set and loaded. So now I have to, wait, how do I cut this? Wait, how do you cut wire? I could use my, wait, I didn't think this through. I mean, okay, I guess I could use my, no, that would ruin them. I don't have pliers. Well, I mean, I guess these are already crappy enough from wear and tear, so, screw it, we ball. Please don't actually do this. Please don't treat your equipment like this, guys. For this one, I reckon that should be enough, but there is a bit of, I'm gonna call it give? I'm not sure what to call it. There is, like, in the body tentacle section, here, there's like a bit of, it goes inwards a little bit so that there's room for, I believe, the wire for the tentacles to go in. So I'm going to have to take into account how much room will be needed for that. So if I just take the wire and I just get your mind out of the gutter. Okay, it's actually not that much room. It's like less than a centimeter of space, actually. And I just moved the glue. Oh dear. It's been like 10 minutes. How is this thing not set by now? Okay, so it took up like not even my full finger for like the tentacle insert section part. I don't know what to call it. I'm gonna cut off this. Oh, where did that go? Okay, so now we have this. And oh no, that ruined everything. Based off of this one. That is plenty of room there, so I will just cut that off right around there. And, one moment. Okay, so now that I have fixed this little problem here, and also cut the wire, and the hot glue gun is all hot and ready, we can start to put everything together now. So, first I'm going to just see again quickly how much give, I'm going to keep calling it, we have here. So it's really not a lot. Not a lot is really necessary because it is just a little small section. So I don't want to glue this part in first because then it's just going to be hard to move everything without worrying about breaking this. So we're going to just put this aside again, and we're going to pick up like just one of these pieces, and I'm going to put a dab of glue on this wire piece. Don't do this at home. I mean, yes, do it at home, but be careful because if you work with hot glue as often as I do, you know that you will get burned and it hurts. So, yes, safety first. Safety should always be first, and I shouldn't be touching that, but for some reason I am. Oh, goodness. Oh, dear. Okay. Yeah, the problem with hot glue is that it does that. It will dry in a clump if you don't be swift about it, but once it's there, this ain't gonna move now, so that's good. So we can just pull off that excess and just put that in the rubbish bin pile. So I do just want to remove the hot glue enough so that it isn't painfully visible, because my hot glue does not dry clear. It's a little bit foggy and will dry white. Thank goodness I do not have any excess glitter hot glue in there. I've actually not used the glitter hot glue in ages, now that I think about it. Okay, so everything else now we're going to have to do from the bottom upward. So, something moved. Uh-oh. Okay, this is fine. Going to grab this one. I'm going to slide it on now first. Actually, I should probably do this before I do anything else. So I'm going to just grab all the pieces and I'm just going to slide them on there to get a sort of idea of how I want everything to be spaced out. And then there's this little section that we're just going to call the nub, because I, for some reason, didn't get 5 other pieces of this, even though I was supposed to. I don't know, maybe I was just supposed to print it several times. I don't know. I'm not sure. Alright, actually, I think I like that. Alright, so I'm just going to take off these pieces. And, you know, I think I could just leave that one on, actually. And I'm just going to do a little dab of hot glue there. And I'm going to slide it in. And, uh-oh. So close. Okay. You know what? I will let that dry, and then once the hot glue is, like, completely dry, I will remove all the excess. Yes, we care about it looking nice, but just for the assembly process, we're going to leave it be for a little bit. So, getting back into it, we're going to just go bloop hot glue. And get off my mic, hot glue. Another tentacle piece. Slide that bad boy on. And onto the glue. Well, uh-oh, everything's sliding everywhere. Let my glue gun charge for like several minutes. Why is this not working? Anyway, so glue, tentacle piece, repeat. You get the idea. Okay, so I have now finished the assembly of just one. So this is what the tentacles will sort of look like when you have them all glued onto your wire. And since the wire is still a well wire, you can move it as you see fit. So now we will move on to building. Oh, this one came loose. I'm gonna fix this, and then we'll go on to the rest of these ones right there. Okay, and now we just have one more piece to glue on here. So I'm just going to put the glue onto this like so. And then I'm just going to put the wire in here. And there we go. So now we have all 5 of our tentacles. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yep, 5. And this little one holds the gun, so we can actually put that in there like that. Isn't that cool? Alright, we'll just take it out. Yep, there we go. Put that back. Now, I believe by now that the body should be ready for us to start putting this stuff onto it. Yep, that's in place. That's great. So I'm going to start by, instead of putting on the heads first, I'm going to put on the tentacles first. I reckon I'm actually going to use hot glue for that, given how small the give is. So I am going to just grab my hot glue gun once more, and I'm just going to try to, as carefully as I can, get the hot glue in there. I'm going to grab one of my tentacles, and I'm just going to stick it in. That's going to take a second to stay in place. There we go. Actually, I want to be, just because I want to be very particular with how I'm doing this, I'm going to look at a reference picture of the Quintessons and figure out which of the heads actually is holding the gun or whatever. So I will be right back, and then we will continue to put the tentacles into the little tentacle sections. Okay, so I have figured out which head it is. It's this green head right here, which typically holds the gun in the original cartoon, or at least in the reference picture that I am looking at. So now I'm just going to hot glue all of the other tentacles into the little gives. I really gotta find out what these things are actually called, because I don't know. Calling them gives just feels incorrect. And it probably is incorrect, but I don't want to call it anything like, I don't know, weird or something. Okay, so just gonna let the hot glue there dry for a second. Okay, so now we've just got these last 2 to put in. So I will just start with this one. Same thing, I'm just going to put hot glue into this thing here. I'll have to cut this off later. And we're just gonna stick that in there. Give it a minute to dry. And then we just have one more, and we'll be ready to put on the faces. Okay, so all of the tentacles have been hot glued into position, as you can see. So now we're going to put the faces onto the body. So I'm no longer going to be using hot glue for this anymore. I'm going to go back to using this Uhu glue, and I can feel one of these tentacles is either going to fall out. Yeah, this one is going to fall out. If it falls out, I'll fix it. It's okay. So I'm going to start. I think one fell out. Nope, we're good. It's chill. Everything's chill. we're going to start with this face here. So I believe it is this one. So it's got these little sections here. I'm going to call them indents, which again, I know that is probably wrong, but we're just going to go with the flow, and I'm going to call them indents for now. Please feel free to correct me in the comment section if you know what these little indents are actually called. So I'm going to put hot glue on these indents on the head, and then I'm going to put it onto here. So just going to put some in here. Going to get my little, I'm going to call it a glue stick. So just make sure it gets every little area of the indent. Yep, like so. And we're going to fit it onto the body. It should just go into place like this. No, oh, wait. Oh. It's clicking into place. I'm not sure if this is supposed to happen. We will be back after these messages.
Optimus, that can't really be you.
Hey, Optimus, what the f—
Okay, so one of the tentacles did fall off, and the head, I'm just going to pray that this does not fall off. I've gotten that in as best as I could. So we're going to move on to the second one now. The one with the beard and the horns. Yeah, I've forgotten their names, so please, if you know their names, tell me in the comments. I feel like this is right? Yeah, he's the only one with the big beard. Woo! Just going to put the glue on here now, see if this makes it easier to put on than this guy over here. I have to be gentle with this thing. What am I doing? I know I have to be gentle, but... Okay, I'm going to just put some here as well. Because I don't want anything to come off. And it's better to be more secure and safer than sorry. So, and again, when you're using Uhu glue, make sure you have a window open. Like I mentioned earlier, I have a window open in this room. Okay, so we're going to put him on. Oh, this looks so good. I'm so happy with how this is turning out. Why is this guy's head coming out? No, stay in place. Please stay in place. Okay, there we go. And oh, nope, his head's gonna come off. Yep, okay, I should have seen that coming. I will just fit him back on as best we can. There we go. Hopefully, he doesn't fall off this time. So now we'll... I'm gonna have to sit it up. We'll be back after I fix the camera so that you can see what I'm doing. Okay, unfortunately, the camera was not recording, I realized. So pretty much what I did was I got all of the heads and I glued them onto the body. So now we're going to let everything sit overnight so that we can let everything dry. And hopefully when we come back to it, everything will be in one piece and nothing will be falling apart, which is what we want. Because as you can see here, one of the tentacles did unfortunately fall off, but that is very fixable with our trusty hot glue gun. So we'll let it sit overnight and we will return. There you go, that is how I assembled the Quintessons. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe if you want to see me assemble more things or would like tutorial videos. Let me know in the comments.